Yo, what's going on, everybody? This is Nothing But Bangers, aka NBB, and I create content related to NFTs, sports, and digital collectibles in general. But today I'm going to be talking a little bit about some of the collectible news that we've seen recently. And if you want to catch up on what's going on in a bunch of different NFT projects, I highly recommend you check out my Medium page. But today I'm going to be talking about Marvel Snap and the latest announcement from Magic the Gathering featuring Post Malone. That's right, Posty. So again, this is going to be a video where you can choose what you want to listen to. You can slide using the chapters to a specific part of the video. But let's head into the Marvel news first, and let's get to it. So, Marvel Snap is something that I know a lot of my NFT crowd, shout out to the VVOGs, the HRO fam, the Batcal collectors, a lot of different NFT projects are into superheroes, and they are definitely wanting to know what's going on with Marvel Snap and the latest news. So remember, you can pre-register to try to get access into the app, but again, the launch will be coming up next week. I believe it's October 18th. Don't quote me on that, but I believe that's the case. So make sure you get in on this. And again, one of the things that I really harped on when I first saw Marvel Snap is I wish they had incorporated NFT/digital collectibles like what we saw from Hero, HRO, or something from VV, since they're like officially partnered with Disney. I would have liked to see some collaboration there. But with that in mind, we do see play to earn rewards on Marvel Snap. And again, like, this is probably going to be more geared to play to rewards for more in-game rewards. And then you're probably going to have to win tournaments or live stream the actual game to actually monetize the product. I don't believe it's going to be a flipping and trading kind of platform where you're going to be withdrawing, currency. Now, with that in mind, I do want to live stream content from Marvel Snap, so definitely look forward to seeing that. And again, I do have a huge background in collectibles. And again, if you read my blog page, you can kind of get a little bit of a background into it. Again, collectibles, trading card games, comic books, figures, comic book stores, local gaming stores. I definitely grew up in them. So with that in mind, I want to give you a little bit of information on Marvel Snap. And here's the official website. Again, I'll leave the link in the description. But they did release a little bit of a roadmap, and I want to go ahead and make sure I bring this live on the screen. This is kind of what the roadmap is looking like for the future, and they've got near future, hopefully, in the maybe a little bit after that in terms of in development, and then later on down the line, the in concept stuff. And again, I love seeing roadmaps from these companies. If you're in the NFT space / Web3 space, you love seeing roadmaps because it gives you a little bit of an idea about what's coming. So one of the things that people that have been, on the ground floor in beta already for Marvel Snap have been asking for is specific crafting. So for example, if you want a specific card, people have been wanting to be able to craft it instead of having to deal with RNG. And if you play Hearthstone, which again I do, if you played Magic the Gathering Arena or even Magic Online, which again, I do have experience in all those clients, you can craft specific cards so that way you can build your deck instead of having to high roll or trying to roll the dice on packs to get what you want. Now, looking at some of the other features that they've got, PC early access, again, there's going to be a welcome bundle. You've got the reward system coming, the variant rarity system coming, and then a little bit later down the line, you've got the unranked mode, so you can kind of queue up games just to test decks, which, again, you need that. Sometimes you're just trying to do a quest, sometimes you're just trying to do a daily, or sometimes you're just trying to test a deck without getting your rating obliterated, right? Your ELL. So again, battle mode versus friends, hopefully coming soon. You've got collector tokens, titles, and then the PC widescreen UI. And again, if you're looking way on down the line, hopefully there's going to be new competitive modes, which means you might see different formats. You might see, different kind of weekly tournaments or weekly formats that Marvel Snap does. Again, that's kind of taking a page from the Magic the Gathering Arena platform, or you might see Hearthstone kind of adoption where they kind of give you like Battlegrounds or something, which again, Battlegrounds, a very popular game on Hearthstone. But also in-game events, you've got the Infinity Rank leaderboard, which again, some of these things we don't know exactly what they're going to be when they release. So again, I'm not trying to speculate too much. And then you've got things like mythic variants, collectible emotes, which again, if you know anything about collectible emotes on these platforms. For example, you can buy specific emote packages on Magic the Gathering Arena, or on Hearthstone you can earn them as well. So should be fun to see what we kind of get out of this Marvel Snap. And again, when you start talking about superheroes, when you start talking about Marvel, there's just a lot of very popular IP. And for my VV fam, again, we were really excited to hear that Miles Morales is going to be making a collectible appearance on the VV platform based on what we heard from the New York Comic Con. And again, if you look at Marvel Snap, there's also Miles Morales that's going to be hitting this platform roughly the same time as we see the launch of the platform going out of beta. So again, next week around October 18th is what we've been told roughly. So again, it's going to be fun to see kind of what they decide to do with this platform as they release it to the public. And again, you're going to see very popular characters because again, Marvel Snap is built using the superheroes from Marvel that we all know. People like Daredevil, which again just made his appearance as a collectible on the VV platform. So again, there's a lot of overlap. And again, Marvel is going to be one of those IPs that's going to constantly share licenses with platforms that they think are beneficial to them. So that's why you're seeing so many, Marvel superheroes across different platforms like Hero/HRO, like VV, and now like Marvel Snap. Now, are they all the same platform? Not at all. But again, that's kind of one of the things that I wish that they'd get a little bit more crisp. I wish that we would see a little bit more synergy between the platforms. But if you look at the deck list for Marvel Snap, you're seeing about a 12-card deck. So I don't know. I guess that means that the games are going to probably go pretty quickly if you only have like a 12-card deck. And again, I mean, I just count the cards, 8 plus 4. Yeah, that's 12. So again, I don't know if that's going to expand. Again, I want to see more footage of the gameplay. I want to be able to play this game on stream with you guys and kind of, have some fun, just building some different decks. Again, I love innovating in trading card games. I love playing, trying to break the meta. And it's going to be fun to kind of see all these different card arts as well. I mean, again, you can kind of see some of the artwork. It's not super flashy like you might be used to in terms of like Magic the Gathering or even HRO or Pokemon. But again, it's a digital format right now. So again, we'll see how that plays out. But let's get to the Magic the Gathering news that really got the internet in an uproar. And again, I have been playing Magic the Gathering for years. I've been around the game for years, decades now. Okay, and I love Magic the Gathering every now and then, especially when I don't get mana flooded or mana screwed. But with that in mind, let's talk about the banger of announcement that they had where they said that they're going to be releasing Black Lotus. That's right, one of the most infamous cards in Magic the Gathering, the linchpin, the staple, the crown jewel of the Power 9 is seeing a reprint. Now, this is really interesting because if you know anything about Magic the Gathering, there's something called the reserved list where Wizards is not supposed to, quote unquote, reprint any of these cards. And Black Lotus is on that list. Now, what they're doing, and I'm not going to go ahead and read through every one of these announcements. I'll let you kind of pause the video. You can kind of read through it yourself as well, but I will highlight some of the key points. Again, this is the card back of the 30th anniversary edition, and this is going to be the reprint that you will see in this 30th edition set. Now, some of you might be wondering, whoa, that's kind of huge news because this basically is going to either tank the price of Black Lotus or it really sends shockwaves through people's collections because some people always believe that, hey, it's on the reserved list, it won't get reprinted. Now, honestly speaking, the artwork looks way different. The corners of the card, there's definitely different colors. There's the different borders. I mean, everything about the card is different. So again, the actual tournament legal Black Lotus is still one of the crown jewels of Magic the Gathering and will go down in history in terms of trading card collectibles. So I wouldn't necessarily worry about that. But this is a really interesting product because it sets a huge precedent that Wizards might just continue to make products like this where they say, hey, it's not tournament legal, but you can get your copy of this retro card. And they might do more sets and produce more cards that we thought were never going to be reprinted. Now, let's go to a little bit more of the detail in terms of this product, in terms of the price point, And again, the price point is $999, which is basically $1,000. That's a stack. That's a rack, as they call it. And again, when you look at the price point of this product, you wonder, wait a minute, so I'm going to be paying $1,000. I'm guaranteed these cards, right? Nope, not today. And again, this will be a pack that you basically get 4 of in this bundle. So you're going to get 4 packs for $9.99, okay? And they're going to all come bundled together. And when you open these packs, you have the opportunity, you have the chance to pull one of these retro frame cards that might be a rare, okay? So you don't get guaranteed any of these Power 9s. You're not guaranteed any of those OG Power 9 cards. But the breakdown of the pack is each pack contains 15 cards, 13 in the modern frame, 1 rare, 3 uncommons, 7 commons, 2 basic lands, plus 1 basic land in the retro frame, 1 additional retro frame card, and a token. So essentially you could pay $999, roughly $1,000, and get none of the rares that you're really looking for. And again, like you might be wondering, okay, well, are these tournament legal? No, that's the answer. No, they're not. They're not tournament legal. These are, and I hate to say this, these are in essence verified proxies. These are verified proxies in the sense that they are printed by WotC, right? They're printed by Wizards. They're made by Hasbro, right? And they're saying, hey, you can't use these in tournaments, but if you want to feel like you have, the same artwork in a real, Wizards printed card, you can pay probably a lot of money to obtain one of these Power 9 cards or one of these very famous retro cards with a little bit of a modern update. And again, the cards will not look the same as their way older counterparts. But you wonder, like, hey, I mean, who's this product targeted to? I mean, I really don't know. It's a weird product. I'm not going to lie to you. Okay. And again, this is probably still going to do very well. It's probably going to sell out relatively quick because this is a once in a long time kind of product. You're not going to see this kind of product that represents and has this 30 years of history and the Power 9 being basically reprinted in modern times. You're not going to see that often. And so again, like, looking at the difference in the artwork, you can clearly hold them side by side and see and notice the differences. And again, because they are not tournament legal, a lot of the internet is basically saying you're paying $999 for glorified proxies. So, should you buy and open this pack? I mean, that's completely up to you. Maybe you have the extra money to do so. Maybe you're searching for that Black Lotus. Maybe you want to experience that nostalgia of opening up a Black Lotus without spending thousands and thousands of dollars for a beta Magic the Gathering pack. Who knows? But with that in mind, I do think that the sealed product will age very well because, again, I think most people that buy this product will be cracking the packs. So then you start looking at the sealed product market, and maybe not in the near term, maybe not in the first 3 to 6 months will you see a ton of gains on the sealed product. But I think over time, the sealed product will age very, very well. Again, I do tend to agree with Alpha Investments, aka Rudy, on a lot of the Magic the Gathering takes that he has. And again, I do share the belief that the sealed product will continue to be a banger for this product because of the history, because of the nostalgia, and because of the fact that a lot of this sealed product is probably going to get opened right away as people try to pull cards like Black Lotus and other parts of the Power 9. Now, again, this is not the only news that you will see in Magic the Gathering. There was a lot more announcements on the 30th year anniversary celebration, but let's get to the Post Malone news. Again, if you are into Magic the Gathering, or maybe you're a little bit newer to Magic the Gathering, you may not know that Post Malone is a huge Magic the Gathering fan. And again, you've seen him on different YouTube channels like the Tolarian Academy. You've seen him with the Professor playing Magic the Gathering. You've seen pictures of him on Twitter playing Magic the Gathering. And again, Posty is a big Magic the Gathering fan. And we've heard about this news for a while now in Star City Games, which again, the links to these articles will be in the description. And I appreciate you guys hitting that follow button to get more collectible news, more NFT news, and the occasional live stream, maybe some sports as well. But again, when you start looking at what Star City Games wrote in this article, they pretty much broke the news that yes, it is coming very soon in terms of it's coming in the near future. You're going to see Magic the Gathering and Post Malone kind of come together for a Secret Lair. Now, what is Secret Lair? For those of you that are newer, again, Secret Lair is a card set that is printed by Wizards of the Coast and sold directly to consumers. So they basically said, screw sealed product in this case. We're going to print singles that are specifically sold directly to the consumer, and we're going to print money. Because that's essentially what you're doing, right? You're printing cards and then selling them directly to the consumer who are paying money for the said cards that you're printing. Again, this is different than sealed product. It's different than boosters. And again, there's secret layers that are, people are waiting and have been waiting a year now to be delivered because they ordered them a year ago, and it just takes a while for Secret Lair to be printed, I guess. I mean, there's a lot of questions there. So Post Malone is going to basically team up with Magic the Gathering, and I guess he's going to select cards, or they're going to help him choose cards. They might, kind of, pick some cards that he maybe plays, and they're going to print them in a secret layer with the backing saying, hey, guys, this is Post Malone loves these cards. So they're going to kind of try to sell you some more different products. But again, when you start looking at what Wizards of the Coast has done, you've seen Hasbro, right? You've seen WotC team up and do IP like Godzilla, Stranger Things, The Walking Dead. You've seen them kind of collaborate. Even Transformers is coming out very soon. Then obviously you had the Dungeons and Dragons collaboration. So you're seeing a ton of crossover as Wizards of the Coast kind of uses a lot of the different Hasbro IP that's in its arsenal. So now we're seeing Post Malone, and again, not a lot of people may listen to Post Malone. There may be a completely different crowd that, is saying, who the heck is Post Malone? But we've seen hints going back to December 2021 that, hey, they were aware of Postie's, fandom with Magic the Gathering, and eventually we were, waiting to see how they would incorporate Post Malone into a Magic the Gathering product. And now we're kind of getting confirmation. Yeah, you're going to see it with Secret Lair. So Secret Lair seems to be the platform that they're using for a lot of these crossovers. And again, it'll be really interesting to see how they do this. But if you look in the past, I thought this was really funny to kind of read through. And again, I'll leave the link to this X-Fire article. But Post Malone already got a one-of-one specifically printed card for him, and I thought that this card flavor was freaking hilarious. If you kind of zoom in here, let's zoom in. If you zoom in here, here's a picture of Post Malone here on the left, and then here's the card that they printed for him, Post the Enchanter, and then you look at the flavor text. Now they always say, congratulations. That's hilarious, dude. I mean, they even put one of his lyrics as a flavor text as they made a card for him. So you can see that Wizards is loving the Posty attention because he does attract a different audience that's probably, not used to playing Magic the Gathering. And again, even going back to when I was in high school and when I was in middle school, like, dude, playing Magic the Gathering and playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Or bringing cards to school was just like, whoa, nerd alert. It was just completely frowned upon. And again, you should definitely check out my blog as I talk about The Journey Begins, and it kind of talks about that. It kind of references, way back in the day when I used to have to balance like playing sports in the middle of the week, right, during the week, and then I'd be going to my local card game store on the weekend. So again, Post Malone definitely brings a different audience to Magic the Gathering. It'll be really interesting, and again, people are definitely not going to be fans of this because some people want to see nothing but Magic the Gathering. They don't want to see these crossovers. They want to see the lore of Magic the Gathering because it is so rich and it is so, something that they really like. So, with that in mind, I hope that gives you a little bit of an update as to what's going on in the Marvel Snap world and how it collaborates with the NFT world. And then you've got a little bit of a magic update because, again, I like to cover a lot of things collectibles, and I do think that this has a lot of crossover with my audience. So let's wrap this up. So a big shout out to the Super Double OG Bangers, WM, Rick James, Lincoln K, and all these other OG Bangers on the channel. I appreciate you guys so much, and I look forward to doing a little bit of contest throughout the video. So make sure to comment, make sure you're subscribed, make sure you're giving that thumbs up so you have a better chance to win some of these contests that are going to be ending later this week, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And as always, thank you for letting me be, maybe some background noise, maybe a little bit of information, but always hopefully entertaining. And I will catch you later. Peace.